I've never felt so much peace about anything before in my life. I mean, you just know when something feels right. Like, truly, it's something I'm thankful for more and more as each day passes by. And honestly, it just makes me smile every time we make eye contact. I mean, just look how beautiful it is. And just going down the Apple world, it's just life gets so much better. And I love it. Monica, I don't care about the apple. What? I mean, I didn't know that's what you wanted to talk about.
What do you think I want to talk about?
I wore my nice jacket and
You're
everything.
there.
I thought you wanted to buy an iPhone.
I don't care about iPhone. I care about love.
You want to hear about love?
Yes.
Man, مش تقول لي من بدري.
أختي سامحني, dude.
I'll tell you what, man. Just get your brothers and sisters together.
Okay.
On the couch. I'll go change and get more comfortable.
Okay.
We'll make this a better scene.
Okay. I'm gonna Hani. Hurry up.
Best yeah, that. You guys better not be playing with my shoes either. Never babysitting this time again. Much better. Now I'm ready to tell a story about love.
جديدة دي؟
بابا جابه من مصر
من كارفور. تصدقني في كارفور فيها أحسن حاجة.
صدقني جميل جدا. ده وانت ايه الحلاوة دي قوي قوي قوي.
حلاوتك أنت يا حبيبي.
Type, have a seat, guys. Alright, now I'm going to tell you guys the story of true love, of how I met my wife.
Oh, I'm so ready. جاهز يا ماجد؟
Kids, the story of your Aunt Monica and I goes all the way back to January 2008. It was your typical Coptic convention. You know, lots of bishops and clergy, of course. And always with an amazing tisbahah. Followed by the standard game of Salah and meeting girls.
I know how to eat girls at a convention.
Alright, moving on. We met on the second night of the convention at the buffet line while I was standing there with Johnson. And no, unfortunately, I do not have any pictures of when we met because, you know, that would just be weird. I mean, can you imagine the guys who are just trying to get married and how they'd look if they did that? Anyway, so after that, your Aunt Monica and I kept in touch after that convention and started becoming good friends. So after about 5 months or so, I packed up my passport and signed up for an Orlando trip to Egypt.
Mas! Zorbia, how did you get up there? I'm a monkey, for God's sakes! But let's focus here. He was telling us about Egypt. Macedonia. Ah, that is where the real magic happened. You know, that is where it got really, really, really hot. No, for real, it's really hot in Egypt.
Anyway, do you know what else was in Egypt? Tito and Giddo, Homar. Tito and Rose Beleven, Homar again. Toilets, but not really. And more Rose Beleven. But more importantly, Monica. It was an incredible trip in which I got to spend a lot of quality time with her and got to know her and also saw some amazing things. even did the touristy things and went to go see the pyramids. And, just like every visitor, tried to be fancy and figure out how we can hold them in a picture. By the way, have you ever wondered how people look when they take these kinds of pictures? Yep, just like this. Other cool things we got to see is George Bush punching the pyramids, and also a Saidi wearing a Virginia Tech hat, all the way out in Egypt. We also got to meet Abuna Raphael, who was one of the 3 candidates for Pope after Pope Shenouda's passing. Thankfully, we went during a time when we really felt safe throughout the trip. But nothing will compare to when we went up to St. Anthony's Monastery and went up 1,200 steps to make it to the cave where he stayed. 45 minutes of stairs in the heat in Egypt. And kids, about 1 month after that amazing trip, the magic continued to happen in the place where magic was born, Disney.
I want to go to Disney.
What the? Hey, put Alfred back down! Dang man, where do these kids come from? Why do I keep agreeing to babysitting these kids? So, moving right along. So your Uncle Bobby and your Uncle Johnson came with me to Disney, which was actually around the same time that you learned to say your first words.
Mina! Mina boo!
Yeah, you used to be so cute, but enough about that. So your Aunt Monica came to join us, and we were on our way to Magic Kingdom. But not before I discovered that she actually carries a Shanta in a Shanta. After that, the day really was magical. Well, kids, shortly after that trip, we started drifting apart a bit. Not really sure why. Maybe it was because she moved to Philly for med school, or maybe it's for my long 25-hour weeks at Blue Cross. Either way, we both took some interesting paths. She did a lot of service, made a lot of great friends, became a doctor, and continuously, unconditionally gave a lot of love. Well, as for me, this is what I was experiencing. quite a few years, but nothing will compare to when your Aunt Monica and I reconnected. It was around the same time you went from being a couch potato to trying to get your spiritual life in check. It was also around the same time that my mom put a big curse on me.
Hani is gonna be very bad and very picky عشان أكله يقرف.
Wait,
وكل حاجة يبص
what is
لك.
it? What, my food is it?
No. كل حاجة تبص لك لا مش عايزة أكل ده. كل حاجة بشكلها وباسمها ممكن ما ياكلهاش من غير ما يدوقها.
انت ما قلتيش اسمي في الفيديو.
هيطلع مقرف زي أبوه.
ده بيصورك.
بيسجلني.
Anything else?
I hope إن your future wife تربيك قبل ما تتجوزك.
And kids, let me just say, beware of the curses your moms put on you. They always come true. That's right, mom curses are a big no-no. Seriously, no. But I always think back to one of our first meals together. I got mad at her because she chose kibda over delicious shrimp, but then I forgave her when I realized she was deep down a fob. I'd also like to say that I'm very thankful for Steve Jobs, Apple, and FaceTime. For without it, I would have never known what this or this meant until after the wedding. Anyway, the last thing I'll share with you kids is a story of how I proposed to your Aunt Monica. You may believe this Facebook picture was the moment it happened, but
Let me tell you the real story, man. Hold on.
it was Holy Week 2014, and we decided to pray Good Friday and the Feast of Resurrection in Myrtle Beach. Since I knew how much she loved the beach, and because we were going to Captain George on Easter, I knew it was time to put a ring on it. I really didn't know what to say or how to approach it. Then I realized, hey, I bet the guys have some good ideas.
If you were a transformer, you would be a Autobot. And then she'll start giggling and be like, oh my god, you're so cute. And then he's giggling, he likes it. And then you finish it off and be like, hold up, wait now, alright? And your name would be Optimus Prime.
No, my delivery's not that good. Next.
Please, Maria, please, marry me.
Well, I already used that approach to add her on Google Chat. Can't use it twice. Well, time to wing it. So I take her to the beach Easter Sunday in the late morning, which is the time that Egyptians usually regret all of the lahma they consumed 10 hours earlier. I take off my hoodie, being all chivalrous, allowing her to sit on the sand, and I hand her a package of small gifts that ultimately lead her to the engagement ring. Now, pay attention and watch. She finds the ring here. I take it from her and ask her, Monica, will you marry me? At that moment, she said yes, and on the inside, all I felt like really doing was this. Best moment of my life. Now her brother comes out to surprise her. And tell me if this looks familiar. Also, please note here the symptoms of an engagement. Look who was carrying the bags pre-ring, now post-ring. Shuf the results. And what happens when we make it back upstairs? Me and my mom cracking up because I proposed while laying on my side. Down on one knee, ain't nobody got time for that. And kids, I'll be honest with you. Other than wedding planning, since that day, it's been nothing but تبات ونبات.
لما نعيش في تبات ونبات، نجيب صبيان ونجيب بنات، اسمي هو اللي هياخدوه مني وبس. هياخدوا طيبتك وجمالك، هياخدوا قلبك وخيالك، هياخدوا حبك للحياة. لما نعيش في تبات ونبات، نجيب صبيان ونجيب بنات، اسمي هو اللي هياخدوه مني وبس. هياخدوا طيبتك وجمالك، هياخدوا قلبك وخيالك، هياخدوا حبك للحياة. هياخدوا ضحكة الملك وعيون أجمل من السماء، هياخدوا رقة الندى، هياخدوا حتة من الجنة، هياخدوا أصالة.
And that, kids, is how I met my wife.
So cute. Wasn't that so cute, yeah, Megan? So cute how they met and they had love. I want to feel love like this, Alfred. I want to feel it one day. I want to be loved. I want to make love.
I know. It's a very deep and touching story, and that's why whenever I tell it, it deserves nothing less than a tie. She deserves more than that, and I love her so much. Habibi, I love you, and I'm so thankful for you, more than my Apple toys and my Jordans.
انتي أجمل إنسانة شفتها.
يا سلام لو ياخدوا الحنية منك ويخافوا عليا، ياخدوا كل ما فيك، جرأتك والبراءة